All right, I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a challenge for you. See if you can make the website and or I should say the main element and the color of the text change based on what the AI thinks it is. So go ahead and try that. There's a lot of ways you can do it. I'm going to do it the reactive Svelte way, but you can also do it in the predict function as well. So go ahead and try that, and I'll catch you in a few seconds. So hopefully you were able to do that. If not, no worries. So I'm going to do this the reactive Svelte way, like I said. And the way that works is I'm going to use this reactive sign, and I'm going to have a link to the demos of this in the video. But basically what happens is anytime what's in between these parentheses or in this if statement changes, the code, if it's true, the code will be ran right here. So basically this if statement will rerun anytime what's in it changes. And the way that happens is we use this $:colon. So we use this reactive thing. So I'm going to say if the name equals, and then let's go down here, thumbs up. So if name equals thumbs up, we're going to set some variables. So I needed to do that first probably. So I'm just going to say background color, and we'll set that, we'll just default that to white. And we're going to say let font color, and we'll just default that to black. Okay. So if it equals thumbs up, and I've got some colors that I've already pre-chosen, I'm just going to copy in here. And instead of naming this BG color, I'm just going to say background color. Okay. We'll just do another if else. So if it equals thumbs down, I'll make this a little bit bigger, so hopefully that'll fit on one line. We'll just copy and paste this in. And I'm just going to copy and paste in these colors, like so. And then else, we'll just reset it back to what it was. So the background color will be white, and the font color will be black. Okay. So that's looking good there. We just need to apply it, and we'll apply it with an inline style. So we'll say style equals, and we'll say background color, and that will equal our background color. And then we'll add another thing called our color, and that will just equal our font color. And color controls the font color. So that should do it, believe it or not. So once this refreshes, hopefully we'll be able to see the change. It's compiling right now. So right now it's loading probably. There might be some error. Let me see what's going on. Oops, there we go. So it thinks it's a thumbs up. Let's get nothing. That's good. That's good. Nothing's good. And you'll notice that there's some sort of padding. It's not covering it completely. So let's see what that is. So we'll fix that really quick with the CSS. That should be pretty easy. I'm hoping it's easy. And it looks like, let's see, we'll move this up a little bit. And what we really want to see is this. And it looks like we have a margin on the body. So there's a few ways you can fix that, but the easy way is just to go to the global CSS and to say margin 0. And that will just reset everything to 0. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So right now it thinks I'm a thumbs down. Let's get out of the way. Nothing. Thumbs up. Thumbs down. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So it does take a second for it to reload, and it's not perfect. but that's okay. So with that, I think that completes it. The only thing left to do is to publish this to GitHub. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause the video really quick and change branches, but I'll do that in 1 second. All right, so I just wanted to make sure I was on the right branch just so that you all can reference this later on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my development server, and I'm going to clear, and I need to install a package. So this is a dev dependency, not that that matters in Svelte too much. I'm going to say gh pages, and if you've watched my videos, you know the drill. So we've got our gh pages installed, and then the other thing we need to install or change is our rollup config. So we're going to import gh pages from gh pages. And then if we go down here, you'll notice that if we're not on watch mode, we're in production. So we're going to follow this production all the way down to right here. So if it's in production, this is where we would add our gh pages. So we say gh pages dot publish, and we'll just do that. Now you can add a console.log error right here, but that's fine. Oh, and one thing we do need to add is the when it does deploy, we need to make sure that we add the public folder. So you can't just do that. Make sure you add the public folder. And since we're adding the public, we might as well. So this will be any errors. So we'll say console log error, and we'll just say published to GitHub. If I can spell GitHub. All right. So yeah, but be sure you put in public here. You don't have to put in this callback function, but you do need public. So now that's done, I can run npm run deploy, and that is coming from our package.json that's included in Svelte. So that's right, where's that scripts? Oops, npm run build. I notice it doesn't have the -c, but in our case it will deploy. Sorry, I'm thinking of something else. So now that I'm going to do that, I'll run it. This will take a second. While that's rolling, I'm going to go to GitHub. Oops, wrong one. Let me see if I can get out of that. Oops. It's okay. So we'll go here. Created the build. I think I called this, oops, wrong thing. I'm going to go to repositories and teachable machine. And it looks like it did publish to GitHub, which is good. And I'm going to close this out, or make this smaller and make this bigger so we can see the whole thing. And then we're going to go into settings, and hopefully it's already published. Might not be. It does take a few seconds to publish. Let's see, edit, forks, merge. Ooh, okay, so this is a private repository. So I need to make this public. So yeah, so if you don't want to pay, you have to make it public. I always make my repositories public. And I might have to do this again. Okay. So I'm going to save that. Normally when you just do gh pages deploy, it'll just do it for you. So this should be up and running any second. We'll wait for it to go green. There we go. So sometimes when it does this, I just do index.html, and it looks like it's loading. Let's see. Might be something wrong. And it could not find the global CSS resource. So that probably tells me that we're going to need to redeploy. And that if we go to our index.html, okay, yeah, so this is important. So I forgot to make this a relative link. So that's why that's failing to load. So we're going to need to redeploy that. That's no big deal. So we'll just do npm run build, and that will redeploy it and rebuild it. So yeah, sometimes we're going to run into errors. It's no big deal. But that's what one of the reasons that it has to be relative is that, and not absolute, is that it's slash and then the repository name. So that's why it's got to be relative. Unless you want to add a custom domain, but they cost money. Okay, so this should be up any second. And it's up. And I'm going to pause the video, and once this gets loaded up, we'll look at the actual project. Alright, so just to let you know, it did take a second to load, and I think that's because before it was loading on my local machine, so it could download all those files really quickly, but now that it's on the internet, it takes a little bit. But let's test it out live, so I'm going to move over here with my microphone. And right now it's 99% sure that nothing's there. And it's 53% sure that it's a thumbs up. Now it's 97% sure, so you can see when I rotate it, it goes down. And then if I do a thumbs down, it's 98% sure. Thumbs is up. Hopefully there we go. So yeah, it looks like our website's working pretty well. So that's how you would build it in Svelte. I'd encourage you to mess around with this. You can make it a little bit more robust by wrapping the predict async function in a try catch. So wrapping all the contents of that in a try catch. But just have fun, explore. Machine learning's a lot of fun. This is a quick introduction to using that with Svelte. I hope you all have a great day. And if you have any feedback, please let me know. And I will catch you on the flip side.